welcome back to National Duels Invitational here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the BOK Center. We are coming at you for quarterfinal matches here. We're gonna have Iowa, Illinois. I'm John Kozak, along with NCAA champion for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Matt McDonough. Matt, incredible tournament so far. What's your excitement look like for this Iowa-Illinois duel?
Well, there's no question about it. 133 pounds, NCAA Finals rematch between Drake Ayala and Lucas Byrd. A couple other matchups. We got Scoles.
There you see Oklahoma State leads the national dual titles, and this year it means a little bit more with that $200,000 on the line. Winner of this round moves on to the semifinals. Iowa holding 6 national dual titles. Oklahoma State leads the way with 8. We've got a great 10 matches coming at you here, starting with Dean Peterson taking on Spencer Moore.
This first matchup, I mean, really, it's a in play as an important win for Illinois to get. So,
yeah, the path to victory for Illinois, it's a slim one, but if you're looking for a match they can win, right here, Spencer Moore, Dean Peterson, they've wrestled once before in their college career, and Dean Peterson got a close 3-2 win, but that was back about 3 years ago. So we'll see who's made the progress since then.
Spencer Moore was already in. Dean Peterson did a good job of fighting it off. Dean Peterson, just a very positionally sound, controlled wrestler. Generally not huge point scoring matches, but does know how to manage situations and pick his opportunities.
Yeah, and this round, just incredible. We got over on mat 1, NCAA Finals rematch coming at you right now, Spratley Robinson. And then here, next match, Ayala versus Lucas Byrd. This round is just incredible. And on mat 4, we're going to see Jesse Mendez, Vance Vaumbar, ton of NCAA champions on the mats here in Oklahoma.
Some huge matchups. There's Dean Peterson looking for a shot. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, and we saw the Hawkeyes put out true freshman Leo DeLuca last round, tweaked his knee a little bit, and now we're going with the senior Dean Peterson. Peterson's been a guy, he's been so close to reaching that podium, round of 12. Twice, yep. And last year, take out Luke Lillidahl in season in their duel. And
Spencer Moore doing a good job controlling the inside ties here. He's had multiple underhooks into this same kind of single leg finish position, but Dean Peterson doing a good job with that whizzer. Spencer Moore drops down. He's in on that shot. We got 50 seconds left, so plenty of time. Good job by Dean Peterson. Now Spencer Moore's got the bottom leg hooked. This is not looking good for Dean Peterson. This is a prime finish position. All Moore's got to do is get his forearm across, and he's essentially got the 2. Capture both legs. See, now he's working it across. Dean Peterson doing a good job, though, being stingy here, and that's, I mean, he's good. He's good at, wow. Moore's got him all the way in the air. We saw this once before. Not with him, but, and the roll. Nice roll by Dean Peterson. He may turn this into his own takedown.
Man, incredible defense there from Peterson. Looked like he was dead to rights, gets his leg back, able to roll through.
Well,
crafty
that
defense.
takes it out. That takes it out of guys. So, that he put in work.
Crafty defense there from Dean Peterson. A little bit of confusion on whose choice it is. And in the end, it's Dean Peterson's going to take bottom here to start the second period.
Dean Peterson starts down. We had some action there late in the first, but resulted in no score. So far, all Spencer Moore on the offensive side. Dean Peterson gets an escape.
What does Spencer Moore need to do different in order to finish his leg attacks?
I mean, the bottom line is you got to protect your ankles when you're in on those deep shots. The lifeline when somebody's in on a shot on you defensively, and you're in a kind of a no-win situation, is you're looking for ankles, you're looking to roll through, you're looking to kind of flip the script, and that's what Dean Peterson ultimately did. So if I'm Spencer Moore, I'm going to look to get to those legs and protect my ankles. He was in again, but I mean, great job counter offensively by Dean Peterson, and this is where he's strong. You know, if you've watched Dean Peterson enough, you know he's very stingy. He's strong counter offensively, and he stays in fundamentally good position. And that's warranted right there. Stall call on Dean Peterson. I 100% agree with that.
Dean Peterson got the win in his Carver Hawkeye debut over Damian Ryan from Bellarmine.
There's a first drop-down shot by Dean Peterson. Does not get in deep, though. Falls into a front head. Nice duck.
Wow.
Nice duck by Dean Peterson to a takedown. That's a big takedown.
Yeah, and Spencer Moore may be winning the battle on their feet up to that point, but it's Peterson strikes quick and takes the 4-1 lead now after Spencer Moore gets the escape. Spencer Moore, those double unders. Peterson locked with those double overs. Edge of the mat, 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Spencer Moore gonna have choice to start the third.
Spencer Moore keeps getting to that same underhook, trying to throw by to a knee pick there. A knee pull single. Just hasn't been able to convert yet. Now, this is still, I mean, this is very much a match. If Spencer Moore can get out quick, he's in a prime position to.
Yeah, it makes it 4-2 if he gets an escape, and then it's just a takedown.
A takedown away from, you know, being in the lead too, not just tying it up.
And we've seen Spencer Moore been so close to that takedown this match already. Doing a great job in the hand fight. And
with a minute 40 to go, he's out. It's 2-4. Riding time not a factor, so.
Peterson does have a stall warning against him.
Yeah, if you're Dean Peterson, I mean, you've got to maintain a high level of hand fight and not be completely backed off of your offense. Maybe you can be more selective, but you have to continue to show that you're looking to score or you will get hit.
Yeah, and Spencer Moore, kind of unique way, gets to the inside trip, catches that ankle, and now looking to finish the single leg.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer Moore's been here on both sides all match. Hasn't been able to convert. Again, just, I mean, Dean Peterson very stingy on the leg attack defense. And now Spencer Moore looking to step all the way over, but they go out of bounds. So we got 50 seconds left. Spencer Moore's coming at him. Dean Peterson theoretically can give up one more stall call. You don't want to see it, but Spencer Moore gonna have to convert here if he wants to win this match.
Spencer Moore, he's been in on the legs several times throughout this match. Needs to find his way to a finish. Under 30 now.
Just the efficiency of Dean Peterson. I mean, he essentially one attack, one score. You know, he had a drop down shot that didn't materialize and then transitioned to a duck under and scored, and that's really the only major action he's had this match. Spencer Moore's been all over him. 10 seconds left. It looks like Dean Peterson's gonna walk away with the win here.
Circles
4-2.
And there's a shot, but time runs
Too little,
out.
too late. Dean Peterson walks away with the win. Very workmanlike. Not a perfect match, but he got the job done. He got what he needed to do.
Yeah, Spencer Moore's a tough out. He has wins over All-American Eddie Ventresca, and really tough win there for Dean Peterson. Puts the Hawkeyes in the lead, 3-0, and now move into our premier match here, NCAA Finals rematch. 133 pounds, Lucas Byrd, Drake Ayala.
You'll love to see it.
Oh,
we have 2 NCAA finals side by side right now.
Incredible. Just amazing here at the National
Here we
Duels Invitational. We'll shake hands and we're underway. Lucas Byrd, Drake Ayala, NCAA Finals rematch. And it was Ayala who won their first meeting. Lucas Byrd won in the Big Ten Finals and NCAA Finals.
Gosh, that Big Ten Finals hurt. You know, the match got cut short. Yes, he got the fall. Nice driving underhook to a far ankle pick for Byrd, and good job by Ayala, though. He finds an ankle and rolls right underneath it.
And it's the hand fight that I'm really interested in. It was Lucas Byrd, his underhook, his forward pressure that really was the difference in that NCAA Finals.
You see there, Drake Ayala, 2-time finalist for the Hawkeyes in his senior year, looking to make that a 3-time finalist and a champ this year. And Lucas Byrd will be in his way. So this is a big match. Let's set the tone for where Ayala's at and what work he's put in the offseason.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier, 133 pounds, just absolutely loaded this year with the addition of Ryan Crookham, Ben Davino, Marcus Blaze, those young freshmen coming in. It's not going to make it easy for Byrd or Ayala. Very tactical match to start this first minute and 20 seconds, and the familiarity. You know, you've wrestled those top-level guys multiple times. What does that familiarity do to a rivalry and a matchup?
Oh, exactly what you see. Generally, you know, you're going to see a little more of a low-scoring match where guys, they aren't making mistakes. They're buttoned up. They know where their opponent's good, and they're going to be very stingy. They're not going to give up easy points. And the more times you wrestle, you know, the closer you see it getting with top-level opponents because they felt each other so many times. And so
still 0-0. Lucas Byrd coming forward, has that right side underhook, driving.
Very similar to our NCAA Finals match. Byrd's controlling the mat space right now, controlling the hand fight. Ayala's doing a good job, but he's got to figure out how to get to his offense, wrestling his tie-ups. Lucas Byrd just doing a good job of keeping that inside position and controlling the mat space with those underhooks.
And Drake Ayala, of course, has that slide by, but also really good finisher when he gets to the legs. We haven't seen.
He's got a great lefty single.
Yeah.
Got a great slide by. Lucas Byrd just inside ties, gets in close, gets to leg attacks.
Period winding down. Neither wrestler that close to scoring. No stall calls on the board. So all
both of these
up.
men, I mean, veterans. Lucas Byrd, fifth first. He's a senior. This is his last year in the lineup, and
yeah, 133 might be my favorite weight this year. Maybe outside of 184. You got the experienced guys, but then you also got that young talent. Oh, almost gets that slide by. Oh, Byrd kind of times
not
it.
yet. They haven't. I'm shocked they haven't called it yet, but you know, Byrd over pursued a little bit, and now he's a little high, and we haven't called. I'm surprised they haven't called a takedown yet. And there they call it with the side control. So advantage Byrd now. Byrd with a quick escape. And then transitions it right into a takedown.
And so originally,
so they were ready to challenge if they didn't get that, and I think that would have been a good challenge. I was a little confused why they didn't call it. Byrd was not in a good position, but theoretically, I mean, that was a takedown earlier.
And now they're asking for riding time,
which they're definitely. I mean, there should be something.
And so they got 1 second of riding time for Ayala.
Seconds a second. Wait.
Well, Ayala started on top.
Yeah.
So
there's maybe, I'd say that's about right. Maybe that's where the confusion was, is they thought Byrd should have riding time, but it was counting down Ayala's. That's why it's at 0.
So now Drake Ayala needs to find his way to a takedown here after Byrd struck first. 4-1 now, 50 to go in the second period.
If you look back at their matchups, this has really been the difference of the wins that Byrd's had, is he's shut down Ayala's scoring potential and just grinded his way to his scores. Generally not anything quick or flashy, just solid takedowns. Ayala, if he wants to win this, he's got to figure out how to get back to those leg attacks or that slide by.
Yeah, and it was the slide by that Lucas Byrd countered, and that's what got him the takedown. And so you wonder, puts that doubt in Ayala's mind or not.
Ayala's been at this enough. I think he's just trying to problem solve how he's going to get back to those legs or get himself to a strong scoring opportunity. They close out the second. It's Byrd with the advantage, 4-1. Ayala will take down. If I'm Lucas Byrd here, I'm working hard for a ride. And if I can beat that first move, I'm going to try to burn some clock here. That was, definitely a caution on Byrd.
Yeah, the less time you can give Drake Ayala to work on his feet, the better. The more you can take out of him riding on top. But Ayala springs to his feet right away. Byrd, big lift and that return, but Ayala.
A good job by Ayala there. I mean, 8 seconds, that's only 8 seconds down, and he's chain wrestling his way out. He's got to get out quick, though. I mean, he's got to get out quick so he has as much time as possible to go to work on his feet to try to flip the script here. Nice sit out, turn in by Ayala. He's in a front headlock. They give him the escape. So we are neutral now. Even though we're in a front headlock, they stalemate it pretty quick. It's going to be 4-2. Ayala wants to flip the script on this NCAA final. He's going to have to figure out a way to get a takedown on Byrd.
A takedown and a ride out would give Ayala the lead, but right now it's Lucas Byrd.
And Lucas Byrd, he still looks sharp. He's got a lot of gas in the tank. He's still firing off fakes. Ayala's doing a good job of pressuring, but hasn't made any serious takedown attempts yet. Ayala's got to go. Ooh, there's Byrd back with the underhook.
A minute to go here in this match. Byrd holding that 4-2 lead.
If you're Drake Ayala, you just have got to defend those underhooks. You've got to, I mean, you have to prevent that arm from coming in, because right there, I mean, Byrd, would he burn 15 seconds just with an underhook?
Yep, 45
nice
to
shot.
go now. Gets in on that lefty single.
I saw Byrd right there. Byrd started that whistle start a little bit back on his feet. Ayala read it, took a hard shot early off the whistle, and now we're in a scoring position, and this may be the match right here. Because if Ayala gets on top, it's going to be really tough for Byrd. He's hanging on tight, but oh, that was solid by Byrd. It's going to be tough here. You never know, though.
Lucas Byrd fighting
scramble
through
scenario.
Here. And Byrd comes out on top with 10 seconds to go.
Very solid defense by Byrd.
7-2.
Very solid defense. That was Ayala's shot.
Yeah,
I
right
saw
there.
Byrd off the whistle. He was square stance, and his weight was back on his heels. Ayala read that, got in deep quick, but Byrd with the crafty counter for his own takedown. Very solid win by Byrd.
Solid win and impressive performance. Stays #1, Lucas Byrd.
And Illinois, I mean, they needed that. If they want any chance of winning this duel, that's a must win, and it's unfortunately a very much a toss-up map. So
yeah,
that was a big win for Illinois.
3-3 now, our score in the dual meet through 2 matches. Dean Peterson takes the match at 125, and it's Lucas Byrd at 133. And now moving up to 141 pounds, we're going to see Nasir Bailey take on Joey Ruzic. Bailey won his first match against Zeke Seltzer from Missouri, and I don't believe Ruzic wrestled for Illinois.
He did not. Cole Bauer wrestled first match.
Okay. So yeah, interested to see Ruzic here. We haven't seen the offense yet for Nasir Bailey that he had 2 years ago.
Nasir Bailey's got some, I think he's got some maybe aftermarket freaks on here.
Yeah.
Little Hawkeye action on the freaks. Gotta love it. Nice drop down single by Nasir Bailey. Near arm, far leg situation. Turns it into a takedown.
And this is where Nasir Bailey can rack up some points. If he catches your wrist underneath.
He's already got a wrist right. He's not inside, but he's already got a wrist. He's looking to transition to that inside wrist, and there he's working it. I love to see it. Nasir Bailey, he's feeling it. He's going to try to tack on a few more takedowns this period. We still got 1:50 to go. Nice double leg. Runs him out of bounds. We'll call action.
And this is a tough match for a redshirt freshman, Joey Ruzic, against the experienced All-American.
These are the opportunities you need, though, and you want when you're a young athlete to put yourself on the map. But, man, Nasir Bailey, he's on this duel.
Yeah, great motion movement there from Nasir Bailey.
He's already 2 takedowns in, and we still got 1:30 to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for another takedown. You can see Tom Brands likes to see this. Probably see Nasir Bailey, just see if he can make something work on top. I wouldn't be surprised if he cuts him again and goes for another one.
Yeah, Ruzic makes his way to his feet. Looks like he's going to go, tried to go lift there, and now he catches that wrist.
This is kind of that, like, no man's land of you're already beating him up. Do you stay on top and work really hard for the turn, or do you go hammer out one more takedown? Nasir Bailey.
And now he's looking for that bar. Stall call on Ruzic. 1 point for Bailey. And looking for that turn, and he's getting near fall. Gets the 4 count. So score's going to go to 11-1 now. And just like that, 10-point lead here in the first for Nasir Bailey.
He's firing on all cylinders this match.
And now going near side. Oh, ran out
of bounds.
Ran out of some room there.
He's still got 24 seconds left in the first.
Yeah.
He's made the most of this period. 1:30 of riding time, an 11-1 lead. He is absolutely in a power position. Got a caution on Bailey. Oh, he might. Thought he was going to sneak another one out. That's the scary thing about those trap arm tilts, those cross wrist tilts is, I mean, you could nail a 4-point turn with theoretically with 10 seconds left.
Oh,
you catch it and do a roll through quick, and you know, yeah. Iowa, one of the most tradition-oriented programs in the country. 1911, 5 Olympic gold medalists, 24 NCAA team titles. I had the pleasure of being part of a couple of those.
How many did you get in your career?
So as a freshman, we won, and then when I was a redshirt freshman and I was in the lineup, we won. So
okay,
one in the lineup and one as a redshirt. Won a couple of Big Ten titles as well. It was a good time. It's fun to be a part of a championship culture. It really something that you carry with you for the rest of your life, and yeah, that's what all these guys are striving for. Iowa's still year in and year out, they're in the hunt.
And Nasir Bailey adds another takedown, 14-1.
Nasir Bailey just working it.
And now he's
Here
going.
he goes. He goes catch and release. 14-1, he's ahead, so it'll be 14-2. The takedown here will end it.
When did you know you wanted to be an Iowa Hawkeye?
I mean, my whole life. You know, it was in my family, but I looked pretty heavily elsewhere. You know, I really wanted to explore my options. Iowa at the time, one of the perennial powerhouses, NCAA title program. There it is for Nasir Bailey. He seals it. So, you know, I think in the back of my head, I always wanted to be a Hawkeye, but I had to make sure.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty happy at the decision I made.
There you go.
These guys, there's something special. You know, when you walk around town in Iowa City, Iowa,
yeah,
it's something special, man.
And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with 149 pounds. And we are back with you here, ready to go at 149 pounds. Iowa in control of the team score so far, up 8-3. And they slap hands and ready to go. Nini out of Illinois, taking on Kael Voinovich. Iowa, we saw Ryder Block start the first duel.
Big win, too.
Looked good. Defeated Josh Edmond, and now Kael Voinovich getting his turn here against Nini.
I think this is the big question mark in the Iowa lineup, you know. You have a program like this, like Iowa's, and you got, I mean, ranked athletes top to bottom, and one of these guys at 149 needs to put their mark on that weight class. That this is my weight class. I'm a national All-American and national title contender, and until that happens, I'm willing to bet we see a decent amount of trade-offs.
Yeah, Voinovich started against Bellarmine.
Yep. Ryder Block with the second match of the year, and now back to Voinovich.
Nini coming down from 157 pounds. Also a transfer from North Carolina. And those transfers in a lineup, that's just the norm now, right? It's regardless of team, regardless small program, big program, that is the norm. And you know, in your era, it was the exception. If you transferred, you missed a year.
You maybe had one transfer on your team, one maybe two. And there, yeah, if you transfer, depending on where you're transferring to, you may have to burn a year just to be able to transfer. So you really had to think about it. Now it's very much accessible to the athlete that if they feel like they need a new situation, they can look elsewhere with the transfer portal. It's an added factor for the coaches too. I mean, I talked to, several of these coaches, both the Iowa coaches and some of the other programs, and it's a completely different aspect of how they have to coach, because they have to put in a lot of time and energy into that transfer portal. And, you know, like you said, it's the norm. It's here to stay, and I think the programs that learn how to manage it are seeing more success.
And Kael Voinovich marches Nini
out of bounds.
And continues to wrestle.
Definitely a warranted stall call there.
So no score yet, but Nini warned for stalling here with 40 seconds to go in this first period.
Nini, a junior, seen limited action in the Illinois lineup. Voinovich, a freshman this year, so
yeah.
couple of unknowns a little bit.
Yeah, Illinois also has Michael Joffrey at this weight, who's a transfer from Virginia, and
I thought we might see him, but you know,
yeah, he may have he may be second semester.
Okay.
Let's see him in the starting lineup second semester, and so until then,
the first period comes to a close, and ultimately no major action. But Voinovich did draw a stall call, so if this match stays tight, that could be a big factor in who wins or loses here.
And looks like Voinovich going to have choice here. He's going to go down to start the second. So Nini covers, Voinovich goes underneath, and
Voinovich with a kick
quick
out.
Escape.
But didn't.
And another point of emphasis here at the national duels is that takedown challenge award. It's the fastest average 5 takedowns.
Thought we might have it
per session.
Mizzou, they were in position. They did a good job, but
Virginia Tech claimed the award during the consolation session.
I'm not sure what their aggregate time was, but I think that's a pretty fun bonus.
Yeah.
It adds a little excitement for the fans, and certainly I don't know whether the athletes are really taking it into consideration, but you got to imagine, you know, I talked to a coach in between sessions, and he said, like, you know, these guys, yeah, they want a little extra money to go home with. So you got to imagine with the NIL, they're going to find a way to get some of those funds back to the athlete.
Yeah, it especially makes it fun if it's an added $10,000 to your team, and that's what it is every session.
Under a minute here, Voinovich finally in on a nice shot. He's in on a high crotch. He's got to lift that leg high. He's working to adjust his lock here. There it is. Voinovich got to get it higher. Good job by Nini. Good job by Nini fighting hands, getting that foot back on the mat. And comes away unscathed there. Still a 1-0 match. Voinovich leading. Under 30 to go in the second. Very, very well timed, efficient shot by Voinovich, but ultimately that's really the only major action we've seen so far. I think that's he's gonna get another stall call. There it is. Hey, smart stuff by Voinovich. He took a shot, got him close to the edge, and then kept him there, drove him out, got himself another point for the backing out.
Yeah, and with just 10 seconds left in the second period, Voinovich could have just sat on the 1-0 lead, could have, you know, geared himself up for the third, but instead continues on the attack and gets the stall warning. So Voinovich will take a 2-0 lead into the third period.
Riding time minimal. Voinovich ahead 2-0. We'll see what I would imagine he tries to put a little bit of a ride on right now. He's in the driver's seat, put a ride on, cut the time down, don't give Nini a chance to take the lead.
Nini needs a quick escape and then needs to find his way to another point here in the third period, down 2-0.
Nice return. putting on that tough ankle right. Look at him. He's got his legs crossed over. He's extending that knee and ankle. Now he's looking at a head lever. About what I expected here. You're ahead 2-0. Haven't had a lot of scoring opportunities on your feet. Keep the control of the match, but they need good job coming up, and Voinovich kind of gave it up there. Cut his losses, putting on the energy to ride him. That's where, you know, again, you got to have a game plan, and you got to, if your game plan's to ride him, you got to put, in my opinion, you got to put a little more emphasis on mat return. Get him back to the mat, keep him down. A bit of fireworks over there on mat one. Some kind of potentially dangerous or unnecessary call, legal hold, and we got a point. Anyways, we are 45 seconds away from the end of this match.
Voinovich holding that 2-1
takedown.
lead.
Takedown gives Nini the lead. Takedown for Voinovich ices it.
Iowa, Illinois winner will take on the winner of NC State, Oklahoma State. Currently, the Cowboys are in the lead 6-3. Under 10 now. Nini trying to find his way to the legs. Hasn't
Nini
been close yet.
A late match.
Coming
Heroics
forward.
here, looking for it.
Voinovich holds on. And Voinovich gets the 2-1 win.
Oh, why is he's trying to help him up. I always loved the little after
the
sparks.
match fun, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you just basically fought someone for 7 minutes, all but throwing punches, and you know, sometimes emotions
Continue on a little after the 7 minutes.
Sometimes a little bit of puffy chest, a little get in each other's face. I'll tell you what, though, I always prefer to see guys do it in the match and rack up the scoreboard to where like there's no room for emotion out of either guy.
And we've got a good one here. Kannon, Webster, Jordan Williams.
Yeah, one of the spotlight matches of the duel. I think this will be a solid matchup. Good opportunity for Jordan Williams to continue to build on his resume.
Yeah, both round of 12 finishers last year at 149 pounds. Now up at 157. Williams ranked number 7 in the country. Webster number 8.
I'd say that's about as even a matchup as you can get from a on paper perspective.
Yeah, and Webster definitely looks like he's filled into 157.
You think Williams is decently tall. Webster, he's a tall drink of water.
Williams has both legs, but now
kind of awkward position. He's got both legs, but he's not on a true shot. He's kind of on a quasi go behind sequence. Now he hooks the ankle. He's real close to a takedown here. I all but call it. And there it is.
So 3-0. Webster takes the early lead here, a minute into this one. And again, you talk about the must-wins for Illinois. This is another one. Kannon Webster is a guy you expect to get the win every time he's out on the mat. And how much it means in a dual situation like this one.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's stall call on Williams. Kind of crawling out of bounds. The official didn't like that, so he dings him for stalling here early in the first period. And that could come into play later on down the line.
I think there's probably a few other avenues Jordan Williams could have chose to get himself a restart. Maybe, you know, a Granby roll out of bounds or anything. He kind of just straight up baby crawled on his hands and knees out of bounds. But, hey, if you want to restart, I mean, and you're willing to take a stall call, he got an escape. So, you know, in essence, that may have put him right back in the match, taking that stall call. Oh. Another nice drop down low ankle by Webster. He's got Williams on his butt already, and he hooks the bottom leg. This isn't looking good for Williams. Webster's got plenty of time. They are on the edge. He's straightening that leg. He's gonna have to pop his head out or pull that leg down below his head. He's looking to sit back. He might be thinking neutral danger zone, but Williams is doing a really good job, and I wouldn't be surprised if they hold long enough if this ref stopped this. It would be a little bit spicy if they did, but how long we let it go. We're getting close to neutral danger zone here. We're getting real close. I believe neutral danger zone is 90 too.
90 degree, yep.
So there it is. That's
got a 1 count, and oh, there's the lock breaks.
Oh yeah.
And now
That's
Webster converts
so far,
on the takedown.
all Webster in this match, and with only 20 seconds to go and Williams on his belly, I mean, he sits there and works inside wrist control. Likely he's gonna end this period 6-1, but Williams, good job. Got to get up. Williams has got to get up.
Yeah, Webster on his feet hasn't really given Williams a chance to work. Those quick, low-level attacks and then converts.
It really looks like Williams is just a little bit tired so far. There's your history on Illinois. Started in 1910. They do have a gold medalist, 24 NCAA individual titles. That's, I mean, nothing to sneeze at. They've had a lot of very solid wrestlers. One of them sitting in the corner, Mike Poeta, multi-time finalist, esteemed alum, now leading the Fighting Illini.
And Webster with a quick escape to start the second, builds his lead up to 7-1, and now, and he's in major decision territory here. Williams needs to find a way to strike back.
Yeah, so far it's been all Webster. He's been all over Williams' legs. I haven't really seen Williams put himself in any true scoring opportunities. If he wants to flip the script here, he's gonna have to start getting to his leg attacks. And, I mean, Williams, he's crafty. He has a lot of scoring capabilities. Thus far, we haven't seen it, and there's a good shot by Williams. He gets in on a nice single. He's got the ankle hooked. It's a big takedown opportunity for Williams to put himself right back in the match. Good job by Webster. Williams still in there. Webster able to fight that off. That was impressive by Webster. Doing a great job getting on Williams' head.
And now Williams steps out of that shot, works his way back to the center, 40 seconds to go.
If you're Jordan Williams, you got to return that hand fight a little bit. It's clear that he's doing a good job wearing on Williams' head and forcing him out of position. And I think Williams, you got to kind of pick up your pace, specifically in the hand fight, to give yourself more opportunities to drop down to those legs. Closing out the second period, Webster's ahead 7-1. Big scoring opportunity by Williams, but he does not convert. So we're gonna go into the third period. Cannon Webster with a 7-1 lead.
Yeah, Williams' choice here to start the third, and he needs to find some offense here quickly. Needs to get an escape, work his way to get started with a takedown.
Don't count him out, though. He's got big scoring potential. I mean, last match,
yeah,
it was, a tie match, and he pulls off a 7-point move.
Big point scoring potential.
He's already on his feet. Webster with a solid spiral ride. And there goes Williams. Little switch action. Now he's in on a shot. You can hear the coaches in the corner telling him don't lock his hands, because ultimately he was on top.
And there's the escape. So score goes to 7-2, but a minute 18 riding time for Cannon Webster.
A 7-point lead. This is kind of, Webster goes and gets a takedown here. He's getting a major. Williams, he essentially needs 2 takedowns in a minute 30. Put himself back in position to win this match.
And Williams maybe just started a little bit slow. Webster was on him from jump. Quick takedowns in the first period.
And look at Webster. He's all over Williams' head. He's been pulling on his head since the first whistle, and that's textbook hand fighting right there. I really love it. I'm a big believer in putting the work in on the front end on the hand fight, and it pays off, and you see it right there. He gets to go behind, and now he's looking at a major decision.
10-2 now.
Ultimately, he can give up an escape, and he's still got a major. Williams here, for the sake of the duel, you got to work hard. Wow, Webster, look at Webster. Did they give it? They did not give the escape yet.
Webster still on top, and we're gonna get a stalemate now. 22 seconds to go. And Williams didn't know he was still underneath, so 22 seconds left in this one. Kannon Webster, impressive performance here from start to finish.
I mean, dominant win. No other way to put it. Very decisive win. He's probably going to walk away with a major. And these guys are going to see each other again this year, I believe. I believe Iowa's slated in a duel against Illinois. I could be mistaken. The Big Ten's so big now, sometimes it's hard to know who wrestles who because they have it in two halves. Very convincing win by Kannon Webster. Solid
11-2. And yeah, these two will meet again.
Pretty quick. Or no?
Oh, that's this one. Oh no, they're only wrestling once.
Okay, so next opportunity for rematches here will be at Big Tens. But to that point, Big Ten seedings, these matches, these are big for Big Ten seedings. So that's going to affect Jordan Williams' seed later in the season. And I promise you, both teams have spoken to their athletes about the significance of that. Not only about going to the next round, but regardless of the team score, setting yourself up for success later in the season by giving yourself the best seed possible at the Big Ten tournament. Ultimately, that's the second toughest tournament of the entire season.
Yeah.
For the country.
And now up to 165, Mikey Caliendo, number 2 ranked wrestler, taking on number 9, Braeden Scoles.
I believe another Wisconsinite.
Yep.
And they've got a strong presence.
Braeden Scoles, 4-time Wisconsin state champion. These two have wrestled twice before last year. 2 Tech Fall wins from Caliendo.
Caliendo, Illinois, wrestled for Izzy Style. He's Izzy Martinez. He's produced some very solid college athletes over the years as well. I'd always give shout outs to these club coaches that are regularly producing high-level Division I athletes.
Caliendo pulls in the legs here, gonna finish on the edge for 3. It's that early takedown.
He's splitting these legs. He could get a turn here. He could stay right here and just climb up the body, and that's what he's doing. You got in between inside position on somebody like this. It's very simple. You just climb up into a body lock, and you could be looking at back points. Here it is. Here it is.
Runs out of space.
Runs out of space, but I love it. The simple takedown to turn sequences.
Caliendo covers on top. Braeden Scoles looking to find some room, get an escape here, but Caliendo catches that wrist on the left side.
Very much like Caliendo's last match. Got a takedown and took his time on top, put in some work, kind of more or less soften up your opponent a little bit.
Potentially dangerous call, and Braeden Scoles going to stay underneath. So Caliendo has controlled this rivalry with 2 tech falls. What do you tell? Oh, Scoles in on a shot. Oh,
that was a nice shot by Scoles.
Counter for Caliendo. Going to sit through, but Scoles almost threatened with the cradle there.
Cradle. Caliendo looked like his back was going to break in half, but now he's got himself into a ankle position. And he finds his way out of that. You know, I think for Scoles in Illinois, it's very similar to Caliendo against Messenbrink. You've got to figure out a way to slow down the scoring and keep it low enough that late in the match you still have an opportunity to win. And I mean, so far he's doing a good job of it. It's 3-1, and first period's coming to a close, and you know it's still a 1 takedown match. Nice drop down shot by Caliendo, but Scoles doing a good job. Does not get that takedown. Man, Caliendo is just elusive when you get in on him.
Caliendo, incredible athlete too. Just, you know, the strength, the speed, and you combine that with his offensive capabilities.
I mean, he's turning into a veteran, perennial All-American. You see that 7th, 4th, 2nd, first one for NDSU, and then a 4th place finish and a finalist last year for the Hawkeyes. And I can tell you that the Hawkeye fans love Caliendo. He's more or less one of those automatics where you get to his match in the duel and you're excited to have him on your team. But Scoles is doing a really good job here.
Yeah, almost gets the reversal.
There's nothing
there
yet. He gets the reversal, so it's a tie match. And riding time's going down for Caliendo, but he's a hard guy to hold down.
Yeah, and Braeden Scoles, you know, just a freshman last year, and so you see the progress he's making, you know, probably the work he put in over the summer. You're seeing it pay off here. Still down 4-3.
He's got a pretty good training partner in the corner there.
Yeah.
His head coach.
Yeah, no doubt. And then also we just saw Kannon Webster. You got to imagine those two just making one another better.
I always love to see teams and where their top wrestlers stack up, and it's usually no surprise that some of the best wrestlers on the team very closely match to the coach's weight classes, almost like the coach is a guiding light for him. And it was the same way for me. You know, I had
the lightweights at Iowa. Yeah,
I had Terry Brands and Tom Brands in my corner and teaching me, you know, the way they did things, and obviously those two guys had immense success, and it was definitely a guiding factor in choosing Iowa as well as the success I had at Iowa.
Braeden Scoles staying in this one 4-3.
I mean, this is turning into a barn burner of a match.
Yeah.
And, you know, this would be a huge upset for Scoles. Caliendo, though, I mean, he's a dog. There's no easy wins on Caliendo, and we've seen him in close matches like this where maybe it didn't look pretty and he still gets the job done. So Scoles is going to have to go above and beyond here if he wants to win this match. Caliendo will go down. 3rd period. He does have a minute of riding time, but that'll get eaten away here in 1 second. He gets an escape. We got a 5-3 match. For Scoles, I mean, yeah, ultimately you have to let him go.
So Scoles needs to find his way to a takedown here in the final frame. And we've seen him right in the mix. You know, Caliendo with that early takedown, but since then, it's been pretty even. Both wrestlers had their opportunities to score.
John, this is a 1 takedown match.
On
the number 2 wrestler in the country, returning finalist. Props to Scoles for putting himself in position to win. If you're Mikey Caliendo, I mean, you got to get back to your offense. He's basically been defending since that first period, and Scoles has been all over him.
There's the stall call.
I mean, it's not an unwarranted call. You know, I don't think Caliendo hasn't been wrestling, but he hasn't taken a shot in long enough that the ref's keeping him honest. And he's in the lead, so that puts a little added pressure on you to, you know, you can't just sit back and defend, defend, defend. You got to keep progressing.
A minute to go here.
Caliendo is, you know, not quite his best match. He's looking a little off. He hasn't got back to his offense yet.
And you got to give credit to Braeden Scoles, right?
The thing about Caliendo is he can score so fast.
Oh, catches the ankles, drags the toes,
yeah,
and just like
I
that.
said that thinking right now might be a good time for him to hit a really efficient takedown. And that right there is an example of why these guys are high-level All-American finishers, because they can finish quick.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't looked great this match since that first period, and now he's ahead 8-3 with riding time. You know, very, very possibly
one more takedown, and it could be a major.
Yeah,
right?
that's, and you know, hasn't ultimately been his match, but when you learn to score efficient takedowns and you can convert quickly, I mean, you could blow matches wide open. Right there again, I mean, a perfect re-attack. Scoles takes a half shot, and Caliendo drops right in, and now he's looked like he was going to chop that leg off, kicking it out. He's swinging hard. He's got to choke up, though. Good job by Scoles.
Doesn't get the takedown, but does get a 9-4 victory. Michael Caliendo had to dig a little bit deep there.
A veteran win for Caliendo, though.
Yeah, proves why.
You know what?
He's a three-time All-American.
I mean, talk about moral victories a little bit. That's a victory for, or you know, that's a loss for Scoles, that he can have a little bit of momentum from knowing, like, hey, you're closer
there
to the top guys in the country than maybe you had ever thought.
Yeah, last year you're getting teched in those matches, and then this year, third period, you're one takedown away. And so, yeah, if you're a coach, you know, you're using that as motivation, right, for
100%.
Scoles.
And that may be a conversation for Tom Brands with, you know, Caliendo later, is don't even give these guys hope. But the thing about it, you know, I won a national title as a freshman. Forever from that point on, you got a target on your back.
Yeah,
and everybody wants to figure out how to beat you. And the number one way they do that is they keep it close until the end. And that's exactly what Scoles tried to do. And, I mean, veteran win by Caliendo.
Yeah.
You know, he went and got a takedown in the third period just to really kind of put a stamp on the match, like, hey, you know, I'm in control here.
And now Patrick Kennedy up at 174, taking on Colin Kelly. It's Kelly in on a single leg right away. And we saw...
Gotta, like, someone needs to kickstart Kennedy before his matches. This is the second time he's been in a defensive position in the first 30 seconds of a match.
Yeah, we saw Cam Steed get up early on Kennedy, and then Kennedy found his payback. Wow. How do you reach down? Oh. Does he get the takedown? No takedown calls. They go out of bounds.
I could see Illinois. They're thinking about it. I could see them throwing it. Yeah,
they're going to throw it.
I was just about to say, that's one of those where you know, you're weighing your options of, like, is this a worthy brick? I think it is.
Yeah, and props to Kennedy there. Doesn't give up the takedown. It's that standing roll through.
As a Hawkeye fan, you gotta hope that woke Kennedy up, and that this doesn't turn into a takedown.
Yeah, but good stuff from Colin Kelly. Getting to that single leg early.
So we have a challenge. Each team has the opportunity. I'm not exactly sure in this event what their challenge brick situation is. Maybe we'll find out between these next rounds. We can let everybody know, but Coach Poeta threw in the challenge brick. They want to look at this takedown again and see if they can get Colin Kelly on the board. I mean, you're wrestling a top 3 ranked guy like Kennedy, and these are opportunities you don't get that often. Very likely, you know, based on the rule set, they could have called that a takedown. So,
yeah, the big thing is reaction time, and there's not a clear definition of what reaction time is. It's basically subjective to what the official
That
chooses.
is upheld.
So
Challenge is
is lost. And so the score remains 0-0 here early.
What do you think if they did what they did in freestyle?
I think it would make things.
Are you for it or against it? Oh, nice drop down shot by Kennedy, and he converts.
And there's the takedown.
He woke up.
Yeah, you woke him up. I think I like just the objectivity. You take it out of a referee's hands. You say, hey, this is what a takedown is. This is what it isn't. You take away reaction time, and then it's clear. Then there's no arguing. But that's also what makes sports fun. Is like, it was a takedown. It wasn't. You got the debate going back and forth. So I see both ways, but I like to where you take it out of the officials' hands. But I do think, by the letter of the law, great call from the officials there.
What do you think about there being a point on the line, like freestyle, if you throw in a challenge?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Like, no, if there's you lose a challenge, you lose a point.
Yeah.
Do you think it would make coaches second guess whether they're going to throw in the brick or not?
100%.
Yeah.
And I think with the challenge, the downside of it is slows everything down. You can see
You'd certainly see a lot less challenges.
Right.
I think there's some merit to challenges, and it's a good thing. I mean, it's in every sport now, reviews, but you got to have something that makes people think about it.
Well, yeah, and we've seen, in the past where a guy is flat on his belly, needs an escape, and a coach will throw a challenge brick just to give him a fresh start, And I think that's where you abuse it. And, any rule, a coach, an athlete's going to find a way around it. They're going to find a way to game it.
For sure. Well, it's competition, right?
So Kennedy holding that 3-1 lead and a minute riding time. Looking at the other duels going on right now. NC State, Oklahoma State. NC State just took a 9-6 lead over on mat 1. Ohio State rolling on mat 4, up 15-0.
Solid performance so far by Ohio State. They came to game, man.
Michigan, Nebraska. Right now, Nebraska's leading 14-7, but Michigan's winning here, so it could be 14-10 after this bout at 165.
Iowa in the driver's seat, ahead 14-7 on Illinois. Patrick Kennedy about to close out the first period with a 3-1 lead after a little flurry. Almost gave up a takedown. Woke up, went and got a quick takedown, and he's kind of controlled the pace of this match ever since. Which again, why he's one of my favorite Hawkeye wrestlers. You know exactly what you're getting with Patrick Kennedy. You're getting 7 minutes of in-your-face action.
And Kennedy breaks through last year after finishing round of 16, round of 12. Places 4th at the NCAA tournament. And now he is the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country at 174 pounds. And now he gets an escape, up 4-1 here early in the second period.
Nice job by Kennedy. Escape right into hand fight. Drops in on a shot. Makes Kelly back away.
Kennedy continuing to come forward, active in that hand fight. Drops in on a single, comes up with that underhook.
One thing I always worry about with Kennedy, and again, it's a double-edged sword, but his lean is so heavy into somebody. But sometimes, you catch him, he's flat-footed and square stance, and that's where, last match he gave up that double. I'd like to see him just split that stance a little bit more sometimes. But gosh, you gotta imagine feeling that pressure by Kennedy where he's got both feet planted in the mat, driving you backwards is immense.
And we saw with Steed, kind of withstood it for the first 3, 4, 5 minutes, but then as the match wore on, you kind of wear out with that, and you really don't blame him. You probably don't feel that kind of pressure every day.
Yeah, that's one of the things I learned in a big way from Tom and Terry is just how much of a factor a heavy hand fight and constant pressure can be on somebody. And Mark Ironside's in the building somewhere from my hometown, a legendary Hawkeye, and I learned a lot from him as well about that. It just, if you're relentless on people, I mean, it breaks people over time.
10 seconds to go here in the second. Kennedy holding that 4-1 lead. Kelly staying in the match.
So far, a very workmanlike period by Patrick Kennedy. Patrick Kennedy, a multi-time he's a qualifier and finally broke through last year in a big way, got 4th place. He's had some ups and downs in the lineup, was a huge recruit out of high school, but he's finally made some hay as of last year and looking to continue to rise the ranks this year.
And Patrick Kennedy's a guy that, you know, started at 165 as a, you know, red shirt and then goes up to 74.
Yeah, it took him a little time to grow in, but to this weight, but I think this is absolutely the right weight for him. Yeah, he's a power wrestler, strong guy. Again, you got to pick and choose which guys cut weight, and I think, you know, obviously the best thing for most athletes is not having to lose a lot of weight, but there's some guys who can do it and do it very well. Patrick Kennedy clearly has found a home at 174. Strong right on top by Kennedy. He's racked up 1:30 of riding time now. Little over a minute left in this third period. Really not looking like he's has any thoughts of cutting him. He's gonna ride the piss and vinegar out of him, man.
Yeah, and
he did drop down though, so and he's not one to take stall calls, but this is a sequence where you don't have a choice. You either let him go or you take your one stall call, and I think ultimately he's confident he's not going to do it again, so what's the harm in one stall call? And that's smart heads up veteran wrestling is a stall call in the third period. It's really not, especially when you have a lead and you know it's a unique circumstance where you're not just backing out.
Yeah, not being afraid of
because he doesn't want to let him go. I mean, look at him. He's riding him hard. He wants to keep him on his belly to end this match. And I think that's a smart scenario. Even if he had riding time and he cuts him, essentially it's a 5-2 match, and you know Kelly could tie it up with a takedown. So in this sequence, you ride him out. And now late.
Kelly gets the escape, so closes the gap to 4-2, 5-2 with riding time.
Good job by Kelly, you know, not letting up, getting to his feet. And now, I mean, we're essentially in that scenario.
Kelly got to find his way to.
Now it's late enough, though. I mean, in theory, Kennedy could give up another one.
And there's a stall.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't give up a takedown. Not what you want to see, but, I mean, the alternative, you know, you make a mistake, something doesn't go your way, you give up a takedown, now it's tied.
Kelly coming forward.
Number one thing here is come on, Kennedy.
And he's able to stay in bounds. The point goes on the board.
Thought he might give up another one. It's a 5-3 win for Patrick Kennedy. Not the most glamorous, but a very Patrick Kennedy win. Just in your face, wrestled hard.
And that's gonna give the Hawkeyes a 17-7 lead heading into 184 pounds. Kennedy avoids giving up that takedown early and then comes right back in, gets the takedown. And we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with 184 pounds. welcome back to Tulsa. And there you see our fastest takedown award. We're giving away $10,000 per session. And this award goes to the average, the fastest 5 takedowns per team per session. It's the added bonus, over $1 million being given away at this National Duels Invitational, sponsored by Paycom.
I believe Virginia Tech took it last round.
Virginia Tech took it last round, and we'll see who gets it this round. But now we're ready to go here in our 184-pound match. We're going to see number 2, Angelo Ferrari, take the mat once again.
Barn burner last match.
Winning that overtime match against Aiden Sinclair.
Double overtime, 7 seconds of riding time. Got him to win, 7 seconds of advantage time.
And in quick on a single leg,
Chris Moore. But we know Angelo Ferrari is stingy. He very seldom gives up takedowns.
And Moore, good job getting to that leg, but gonna need to do a little bit more to finish a single leg. So the winner of this duel will take on the winner of Oklahoma State, NC State. And right now, it's Oklahoma State in the lead, 12-5. And that duel's been wild over there. High energy, high emotions.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this is a Oklahoma State friendly arena.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
We've been getting bombarded on the mat next to us, hearing residual screams from both the team and the fans. That duel on mat 1. Iowa will have the winner, NC State, Okie State. And
we got that match, that semifinal round, going to go on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time.
Nice shot by Ferrari.
Ooh,
look at the counter by Moore. You know, and that's something that now 2 matches we've seen people able to get reattacks on Ferrari. So obviously moving on throughout the season, that's something he's going to look to shore up. Yeah. As a freshman, you kind of, you know, you're figuring out where some of your weaknesses are, and you look to clean those up. And that's one of the values of wrestling in a big tournament like this early, is for better or for worse, you get exposed a little bit if you don't have something that's firing quite right. And you know, it's an exclamation point to clean that up for later in the season. So for Angelo Ferrari, you know, after this weekend, going back and you get in on somebody, you got a shot recovery. You got to shore up your shot recovery.
Yeah, and you got to imagine Angelo Ferrari has never been scouted as much as he is now.
He's, 100%.
You know, high school, obviously high level. Last year as a true freshman, you know, not as much tape out there, but now people know he's number 2 in the country for a reason.
The thing, though, about Angelo Ferrari is even though guys have gotten in on these reattacks on him, I mean, he is one of him and his brother, one of the harder guys to score on in the entire NCAA field. They are, I mean, it's life or death for them giving up any offensive points.
Yeah, we saw, you know, last year him take on Carter Starace, 5-time NCAA champ, and how hard it was for Starace
to do it. Nice scoring opportunity for Ferrari, and he's building up the leg, dragging him back in, looking to capture that far ankle. This is 100% Hawkeye style right here. Just keep dragging him into the center. Look to try to finish. Hasn't got it yet, though. Still hasn't got it. Oh, Moore, clever. The old, so I never knew this, but you know, one of the rules in college wrestling, if any body part touches completely off the mat, it's an automatic stoppage. And especially for some of these bigger guys, they're in that split position and their back leg, they'll touch the carpet and it's immediate stoppage. And you know, it's not a stall call or anything. It's just they're far enough out of bounds that for the rule set, they deem that as you know, worthy of stopping the action. And so I'm willing to bet this call is upheld. Iowa did challenge They want to see if they can get Ferrari the 3-point takedown. 28 seconds left of their first period. The thing that I love about Ferrari is, for as young as he is, and last year too, as a true freshman, he does not wrestle like a young, he wrestles like a veteran.
Yeah.
I mean, very tactically sound, very positionally sound, knows how to fight out of tough scenarios.
Yeah, his wrestling IQ just off the charts.
Strong.
Yeah, so disciplined.
And it's, I mean, no surprise, his brother's very much the same way.
So they're still taking a look at this in the venue. On the restart, it'll be 28 seconds to go in the first period. And they're really taking their time looking at this one. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought it was going to be fairly clear whether or not it was a takedown, but making sure they get it right.
There was a couple different sequences where, you know, there may have been an opportunity for Ferrari to capture the far ankle, or he was also in a rear standing, and if Chris Moore put his hand down and they were in bounds, I mean, theoretically that's a takedown. So
right.
They're probably looking at more than one sequence in that flurry where there may have been, you know, a textbook, quote unquote, takedown that they need to confirm. So usually in these scenarios, the longer they look at it, the more you know they're really debating. And it's not too often that you see calls overturned, but it does happen. And I think over the years, coaches have gotten better about being tactical about when they throw it in. They got enough eyes on the mat. They got somebody that comes over and very confidently says, no, that was a takedown. You have to throw it in. And you see, man, you see things get overturned.
And now the call is coming to the mat now.
Call was upheld.
Call upheld, no takedown. And so this is an independent review from the officials who called the action on the mat. So challenge was lost. So 0-0, 28 seconds to go here in the first period. Ferrari Moore scoreless. And we'll see here, 15 to go. Either wrestler.
Tell you what, that's one of the best additions they made to the challenge brick, is having an independent review every time.
I agree.
And it really, I mean, it takes the subjectivity out of it.
Right.
The ref is not very likely to overturn his own call just by, you know, basic human nature. And so when you have an independent review, you have somebody else who's looking at it that was not the one who made the call, not involved in the reffing of that match at all. And, you know, you naturally get a more objective viewpoint of what the scoring sequence should have been.
Quick escape there from Chris Moore to start the second, and he takes a 1-0 lead.
I think one thing that, as a Hawkeye, you'd want to see Ferrari expand on a little bit is just learn how to get to his attacks more often. And there he does a good job. Finally does secure the 3. So now he takes a 3-1 lead. He's just so good. He has so much potential. He could blow some of these matches wide open. He's a very, very smart wrestler, and he doesn't put himself in precarious positions very often. But if he can learn to turn those high-level attacks into rapid-fire offense, I mean, he could blow some of these matches wide open.
Go out of bounds. Just under a minute to go now in the second period. Angelo Ferrari leading 3-1.
Wow. Big win over on mat 1 by NC State. They get a fall.
That's going to make it 12-11. Oklahoma State in the lead over there on that one.
Huge pin. We're here, it's a 2-3 match.
Iowa leading 17-7 over Illinois in this duel.
Must have missed something here. I looked away to see that pin over there, and all of a sudden, Chris Morris got 2 points.
Yeah, I got another escape, and after the Ferrari
That's right,
takedown.
that's right. He started down. Forgot he started down. I'm slipping up, John. There's so much good wrestling around. Sometimes you get caught with wandering eyes.
Yeah, this tournament especially, just so incredible. All the emotions, you can really start to feel it here in this quarterfinal round.
We don't get to have this much fun in November for an entire weekend. This is awesome.
It's so awesome.
High-level duel after high-level duel, and right now we got 4 of them going simultaneously. Hats off to Paycom and the originators of this event, bringing it back. This is great, and I hope it continues to grow over the years and we get the entire top 16 NCAA field here. That'd be huge.
Yeah, and winners of this round guarantee themselves $75,000 taken home.
Wow.
And then the finalists guarantee at least $150,000. Winner, $200,000. A lot of money on the line here in Tulsa.
Yes, sir.
And
it's a tight match,
Yeah,
Ferrari gets an escape, but the riding time's not a factor. And Chris Moore has been in deep on Ferrari in this match, so I know he's extremely hard to score on, but anytime you let somebody get in on your legs, you're at risk of giving up a takedown. And that's a great job by Ferrari. Dropping in, planting him down. He puts an exclamation point on this match. Takes a 7-2 lead, starting to build up riding time.
Chris Moore started his college career at 165. Was a national qualifier as a true freshman. Then redshirted last year, spent some time at 174, and then moved up to 184. And looks like he's found a home here. Looks good at the weight, looks reasonably sized. And really gave Angelo Ferrari everything he could handle in the first 2 periods. Ferrari starting
There's
to
a
pull
1
away
point.
here.
If Ferrari gets a quick takedown here, theoretically, he could be looking at a major.
Yeah, Ferrari looks like he's finding his groove a little bit here.
He's working.
Picking up his pace.
Yeah, he's working. Got to clear that elbow. He's got to clear that elbow. Chris Moore doing a good job of hanging on that elbow. You can tell Ferrari, he's working hard for that takedown. He'd love to see it. So 34 seconds of riding time. Essentially, Ferrari needs a takedown inside of the next 8 seconds. If he can get a quick takedown off the whistle here, he could get a major. Really ice this duel. Ferrari, come on, let's go.
Waves Chris Moore to the center.
Yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
.34 seconds to go. Ferrari up 7-3 off of 2 takedowns and an escape. Only escape points for Chris Moore.
Riding time will not be a factor in this match. Takedown kind of just puts an extra stamp on it. Good re-attack by Chris Moore, getting to the leg, but they go out of bounds. This 3rd period kind of been extended. A few sequences going out of bounds. We got 13 seconds left. I like to see Chris Moore, still going after it, even though the likelihood of him winning, even with a takedown, but hey, that's out of a guy newer to the lineup. That's
Ferrari almost with a takedown at the end. No takedown call. Doesn't matter either way. Angelo Ferrari is your winner. 7-3, and that moves the team score to 20 8-7. Hawkeyes in the lead. We're going to move up to 197 pounds. We saw Endene, that impressive pin in the first match against Missouri's Evan Bates. And, you know, that's where with Endene, you feel like you just learn a little bit more about him every time he takes the mat. And Endene's opponent going to be Cade Lautt. Haven't seen Cade Lautt wrestle yet. Lautt is a transfer from North Carolina. Checking in at the team scores across this tournament. Nebraska, Michigan, 17-11 right now. Ohio State, Nebraska is in the lead, 17-11. Ohio State up 22-3.
Wow.
Over Minnesota. Oklahoma State up 12-11 over NC State, and of course Iowa here leading 20-7 over Illinois. And we are now underway.
This is a big opportunity, weight class for Iowa to close that gap between Penn State.
Yeah.
And Dean, I mean, he was a juggernaut at the Division III level, and he won the U23.
Made a U23 world team 2
as
years ago.
As a Division III guy. So this is a guy who, I mean, he has all the potential to be a high-level All-American threat, especially under the coaching of the Iowa program.
I think people may have overreacted in his opening match, his debut at Carver Hawkeye. Wasn't a lights out debut. Did get the win.
I can tell you from experience that first time wrestling in Carver is a pretty nerve-wracking thing. You gotta, you gotta experience it. There's no other way. Like, you don't know what it's like until you experience it, and that may have had an effect. Look at that takedown right to a Turk, and he's again vicious with that crossface.
Yeah, great job. And Dean gets to that single leg, and you see the power finish, and immediately Lautt is just in danger. Lautt gets the escape.
And Dean, he looks comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Both of these last two matches, I mean, absolutely not out of sorts being at I mean, wrestling's wrestling, right? Division III, Division I. Yes, your field of competition is significantly increased, but he knows his abilities, and he's making them shown to the world right now with the last match and this one.
Over-under position. And Lautt, wrestler, looks like he might be able to match the strength of Endene. He spent some time at heavyweight 2 years ago. Dropped down to 197 last year for North Carolina. Now transfers.
Well, I can tell you the last time I was around the Iowa Hawkeye program, I saw Endene working out with Big Bobby Telford. So
okay.
He is not afraid to put himself up against the big boys. Cade Lautt with the fill-in headgear. He changes out. Not sure if his headgear blew up or what happened, but gets a new headgear, and we're back after it. And Dean, just a very consistent pace and pressure. And he's really controlling the mat space here. He hasn't made any more major attempts, but when he did go, a quick, very efficient takedown Like to see Endene finish out with another takedown after that escape, but looking like we're gonna end the first period. Endene with a 3-1 win.
So 3-1 in the first.
You see Mike Poeta, 5th season as the head coach, and he's done a great job with the Illini. He has a national champ last year.
Yeah, and Illinois is a team where, I mean, Illinois is a state, great wrestling state, and you're seeing them keep a lot of that talent in state.
You're in a hotbed of wrestling. That's a big thing for the coach of that program, is keeping that talent in state. And I mean, across the country, people are hunting down good Illinois wrestlers. You see one of them, Mikey Caliendo, on the Hawkeyes.
They go out of bounds 17 seconds into this period. Riding on top. And Ohio State won the takedown award in the first session, and they're currently leading in this session as well over Iowa.
Somebody must have talked to them, because they have 2 rounds now where their average time is under a minute. That's pretty impressive. That means 5-year athletes congregate time, if you take it and average it out, are under a minute. So you got 5 guys all getting takedowns in under a minute on average. That is
that's impressive.
Well, that's a recipe for success, and you're seeing it. I mean, they're dominating Minnesota over
Minnesota's a great team. Yeah, to have 5 takedowns in an average of under a minute is really incredible. So Ohio State leading it with 56 seconds. Iowa just over 2 minutes of an average first takedown, and that's still, impressive in and of itself.
I see Ben Keeter, he's on the bench for Iowa. Looks like we'll probably have Gage Marty again, and I don't know for what reason, but Iowa has all but locked up the duel.
Yeah, and Iowa, 2 dominant wins. They didn't need Keeter, right? Didn't need Keeter against Missouri or against here in Illinois. So it might be saving them for day 2, where it could come down to that heavyweight match. And very nice.
Nice shot by Endene. He was caught a little bit with his right hand high. It slowed him down from changing over, finishing, but does a good job on the edge. Secures that far leg, and he gets himself another takedown. He makes it a 6-2 lead. Now he's got riding time advantage of a minute and 6 seconds. He looks comfortable out there.
Yeah.
As a Hawkeye, I love to see that, because sometimes you get these transfers from differing divisions, and you don't know how they're going to respond to that increased competition level at the Division I stage, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. In this match and in the match against Bates, looks very calm, looks confident.
I mean, he was also, he was a bruiser at Division III. If you look up his results in Division III, he absolutely crushed the field.
Right.
Not even a contested matchup, really.
So 6-2 after the second period, going to be Endene's choice in the third.
Pretty cool, too. I mean, you think about it. You're not a Division I kid for whatever reason, and you go win a couple national titles at Division III and already have a great career that you can feel good about for the rest of your life. And then you have a school like the Iowa Hawkeyes call you and say, hey, we want you to come here and wrestle for us.
Yeah.
And they are bringing you in not just to be an added addition to their team, but to be the guy.
The guy, yeah.
At 197 pounds.
And they need him. Crucial weight for the Hawkeyes this year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying is, he goes and puts himself in position to be a top-level finisher, and that puts Iowa in the hunt that much more for a title come March.
Yeah, currently Iowa is ranked number 3 in our tournament rankings, and they're not getting any points, any rankings points right now from 197. I'm sure after this tournament, Endene's going to shoot up the rankings.
Nice big long blast double by Endene. He is strong, man. Look at that. Very solid, aggressive takedown by Endene. Little bit of a long shot double, but he wraps it back in, gets the takedown, and now he's got a major.
Yeah, when you're that strong, maybe you can afford to.
I just like how he just waltzes nice and easy back to the center with a little swagger.
Yeah,
I take my time, but when the whistle blows, I'm gonna go hard. Kind of lets Lautt get out again and seems to be over. Oh, there's that whip over again, right to a single leg, and he's having a day. Look at this. He's having a day.
Endene finding his groove here in Tulsa.
13-3, building up riding time. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another takedown out of him. This is what you want to see out of your top guys, is no fear wrestling in every position. Top, bottom, neutral. He could ride him and look for a turn. If the guy gets up to his feet and you let him go, you're right back in attacking. This is the kind of stuff that you're building your body of work so that come later on in the season, you've been in these scenarios and you know how to blow matches wide open. And you have to practice it, especially against opponents where you have that opportunity, because, I mean, in the Big Ten, there's a lot of matches in that dual season where we're talking one takedown matches.
Yeah.
You know, tight matches against top-level opponents. So these are big ones. I'd like to see Endene finish this out with another takedown. Currently ahead by 10 points now. Riding time's locked up. It'll be 14-4. You see 4-13 on the scoreboard.
And
one more takedown would give him a 13-point lead.
Endene been impressive this one. Never in danger. And as I say that,
finally entering a shot, but those hips, heavy hips. Lautt's struggling to build up. He does get to his feet though. Endene slips out, little limp knee action.
And that's going to do it. Endene gets the 14-4 major decision. And there's some Hawkeye fans here in Tulsa.
There's Hawkeye fans everywhere, John. That's how it works.
Mo Endene with the major decision extends Iowa's lead 24-7 going into our final match of this duel. We're going to see Luke Luffman take on Gage Marty.
You got the tradition and the excitement that Iowa wrestling has had for this many decades. It's like everywhere you go. And I was talking about it earlier, being a guy from Iowa, going to the University of Iowa. It's just such a unique experience. You know, you talk about athletes being celebrities, and in wrestling conventionally, you know, you don't have a lot of wrestlers who are like celebrities, but when you're a Hawkeye and you're a Hawkeye All-American and then maybe a Hawkeye national champion, you're like a celebrity in a lot of places you go in Iowa, and it's something that's very unique and very cool, and something I hold near and dear to my heart is that the fans at Iowa, I mean, they're something else, and they know wrestling.
Yeah.
It's something that I think, everyone notices, but as a guy who is a part of that program, there's just eternal gratitude to all the Hawkeye fans out there. They're one of a kind.
And Iowa, the top seed here, the National Duels Invitational, they're living up to their seed right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dominant performances against Missouri and now Illinois. And they're the team to beat. You know, Oklahoma State comes in with a lot of hype. Ohio State, Nebraska as well. But for me, the Hawkeyes are the team to beat with the lineup that they have, top to bottom. And we're setting up a really fun semifinal tomorrow morning. We're either going to see NC State or Oklahoma State take on Iowa.
We've got Gage Marty back out for the Hawkeyes. He's wrestling Luke Luffman. Minute 30 in, nothing doing yet. Luke Luffman, he's been a staple for the Fighting Illini
Since 2020. Yeah.
I can't keep up all these guys. All the years.
Yeah, he got the extra year 21, a redshirt year, injury year, a medical year. So this is his final year. He's rounded 12 last season, and he'll be looking to finish on top. But heavyweight field, it's a tough one this year with the addition of AJ Ferrari.
Luffman's been controlling the ties a little bit, but Gage Marty doing a good job. And you know, as a guy who's a backup in a program like Iowa, these top-level programs, you're more or less expected, you know, coming through, you're expected, like, if you're not a top guy, you're ready to step into that lineup and compete. Because, I mean, it's like winning these big duels rides on sometimes on that, on a guy who isn't a conventional lineup guy putting up a tough match. So obviously it's not a factor here, but we don't know the situation on Ben Keeter. This could be Gage Marty all weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's a close matchup, you know, we aren't aware of what's going on with Keeter, but for the first two, Gage Marty's been in there. And Luke Luffman did a good job, though. Gets a solid takedown to finish out the first. He's got a 3-0 lead. 30 seconds of riding time, going down. If I'm Luke Luffman, I'm looking to blow this match open and put this as a staple for my season.
And so the win on mat 1, Cody Merrill, that's going to seal the duel for the Cowboys, and that's going to set up a huge semifinal tomorrow, Iowa, Oklahoma State.
Well, I think it's what a lot of people predicted, but not to discredit NC State. I mean, they made that duel a dogfight.
Yeah, that's a good team over there. NC State, definitely a trophy contender this year.
That's an NC State without Isaac Trumbull right now, who's, you know, top 3 ranked across the board, heavyweight. So did a good job, and we'll see them later tonight on the backside. Back to our match. Luke Luffman doing a great job. Senior, super senior. He's been at this a while. You could call him a veteran of all sorts. And he's wrestling like it. He's got a 4-0 lead. Midway through the match.
We're looking at injury time right now for Marty.
It looks like they may call it here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what happened with, I don't know what's going on with Gage Marty. He is walking. I mean, he looks okay. I don't know if it's his head or what, but that'll be a injury forfeit win for Luke Luffman, and that'll end the duel with the Hawkeyes winning 24-13.
24-13, bit of an anticlimactic ending there for the Hawkeyes, but still impressive dual win. 24-13, the Hawkeyes moving on to the semifinals. And they'll be wrestling the Oklahoma State Cowboys at 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow.
So a recap of our dual meet. Dean Peterson defeats Spencer Moore. Lucas Byrd, Drake Ayala, another barn burner match. Lucas Byrd ends up getting the win. Nasir Bailey over Joey Ruzic. And then Kael Voinovich beating Danny Nini. Kannon Webster, look, incredible against Jordan Williams. He really did.
Yeah.
I mean, solid win.
Definitely some highlights for the Illini with Lucas Byrd, Kannon Webster, guys you can really hang your hat on.
How about Braeden Scoles? I mean,
yeah.
Mikey Caliendo, a very experienced win, but that was a good one. Patrick Kennedy over Colin Kelly. Angelo Ferrari, solid as ever. Looks like a veteran over Chris Moore. And Dean doing a great job. And then obviously Luke Luffman with the injury default over Gage Marty. And the Hawks will be back in the semis tomorrow morning.
Yeah, awesome duel from start to finish. And just a great performance from the Hawkeyes there, as you see Kannon Webster's win over Jordan Williams, the highlights from this amazing duel. And that's going to do it for us here in the quarterfinal round. We're going to roll into Consies here in just a moment. We'll be back with you here on FloWrestling.